If you've ever sat there staring at a screen, feeling like everybody got some manual you never received, that's not a you problem. You know the moment. The settings menu moved overnight, and now there's nothing where it was. A password rule pops up telling you it needs a number, a symbol, and apparently the tears of a small dragon. And you have no idea why. And somewhere in there, you start feeling like you're 13 steps behind everybody else and that there's some class you may have skipped. This video is about why tech feels hard and why that's not on you. But before we get into any of that, you need to know why I started this channel in the first place. 30 years now working inside enterprise IT, the kinds of systems that run entire companies, trading platforms, banks, places where if something breaks, it's not just annoying, it's real money disappearing in real time. And here's the part that people don't expect. I've been the guy that everyone calls when things break. And I've also been the guy completely lost, staring at a screen with no idea what I'm looking at. Sometimes in the same week. One week in particular is the whole reason that this channel exists. One day at a new job at an investment brokerage firm, I walked in ready to meet the director who hired me, except she was gone, fired the week before I started. No handover, no documentation, nobody left who can walk me through anything. So there I am, dropped into systems I'd never laid eyes on. Within days, I'm expected to stand up in daily meetings and give confident updates on all of it. Like I had been there for years. Instead, it's only been days. And I want to be clear about something because this particular part matters. This wasn't a junior person overwhelmed by the first job. This was 30 years of experience, walking into the room every morning feeling like a fraud for months. And I mean this plainly. My drive to the office came with real physical anxiety, stomach in knots, running through the day ahead before I'd even parked the car. And underneath all of it was this one question on repeat. I'm supposed to be the technical person here. So what's wrong with me? Eventually I resigned, and it wasn't until I had some distance from it, a few weeks, more like a few months, that actually answers showed up. Nothing was wrong with me. The job had no onboarding, no documentation, no realistic timeline for anyone to get up to speed, regardless of how good they were. Put any competent person into that situation with no map and impossible deadlines, they would break every time. That's not a flaw in the person, that's a issue with the system, and it was never built to let anyone succeed in it. So here's the part that turned from the story that I tell at dinner time to the actual channel. Months later, I was watching a friend fight with a password reset, calling herself an idiot under her breath because she couldn't figure out the settings on the menu that had rearranged itself overnight. And I recognized it instantly because it was the exact same pattern, same self-blame, same feeling of everyone else gets this but me, just a lower stakes version of what happened to me at the brokerage firm. Same broken way of teaching people things, or rather not teaching them at all. That's the moment that stopped being about just me or my story. So let this one sit with you for a sec, because it's the whole reason that we're here. It's not you, it's the design. And look at the pattern, the password change. Passwords change their rules with no warning. So a password that worked fine yesterday suddenly gets rejected today for reasons nobody explains. Apps push updates overnight that rearrange your entire layout. So when you open something you've used for years, it looks like a stranger's house. Cloud storage takes a file you had right there yesterday and moves it somewhere new. No note left behind, no explanations, just gone. Picture a grocery store that rearranges every shelf overnight, no signs, no notice, and then acts surprised when you can't find the milk. That's what's happening to you over and over across every piece of tech you touch. Nobody handed you a manual for any of this. You were just expected to pick it up by osmosis, like it was soaked in through the screen or something like that. And underneath the frustration, there's usually something quieter running too. Worry about privacy, fear of breaking something you can't fix, fear of clicking the wrong thing and getting scammed. Those aren't silly worries. Those are completely reasonable reactions to systems that never once sat down and explained itself to you. So here's the one thing worth holding on to. You almost never break anything permanently by exploring calmly. Undo exists almost everywhere you look. And slowing down for 10 seconds before you click does more for you than most antivirus software ever will. When something is actually risky, we'll tell you plainly so you can keep exploring without that knot in your stomach. So here's the pledge, plain and simple. Tech Demystified exists to translate every piece of technology you deal with into plain English. No judgment attached, so you walk away feeling capable instead of behind. That's the whole job here. We're going to take stuff that actually trips people up, passwords, updates, cloud files, and whatever new thing shows up next, and walk you through it slowly. In words you use talking to a friend, not words a manual would use. Remember my broker story? Nobody handed me a manual either. There wasn't one. So we're building one here, together, one plain English page at a time, except this time, nobody's getting fired the week before you show up. A few things you can count on. We're going to keep a calm pace because rushing is how people miss the one step that actually matters. And any words that sound like jargon gets translated the second it shows up, no exception. And we're never going to assume that you should already know this stuff. That assumption is exactly what got you into this feeling in the first place. This channel treats confusion as a normal reaction to bad design, not a character flaw. Doesn't matter if you're a person who breaks into a sweat at the word update or just want the quick fix and nothing more, or you're just curious about AI and all the other noise around it, but tired of the hype and want someone just to tell you straight what's true. So here's where you start. 3 things worth holding on to from all of this. It's not you, it's the design. My brokerage firm situation proved that competent people break under bad systems, not weak ones. And the pledge here is plain English translation every time, with zero judgment attached to any question you bring to us. Take the free digital confidence assessment below. It'll show you exactly where you stand right now and what's worth tackling first. And if this resonated with you, go ahead and subscribe, because guess what? There's a lot more of this coming.